Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to another on-the-road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. What we have with us today is a Whirlpool French door refrigerator. The complaint is that the doors on the left side and on the bottom have blemishes on it. So today we're going to be doing a full door replacement on the left French door and the bottom freezer door. The tools you will need for this repair is a 5/16 nut driver or bit, a 1/4 inch nut driver or bit, the Allen wrench provided from the manufacturer, and a Phillips head screwdriver. First thing you want to do is open the door a little bit so that you can get to the two Allen wrench fittings that are on the handle. Typically Whirlpool will provide these Allen wrench tools with it in order to take this off or install the door. I do recommend keeping them whenever they send them to you or whenever you buy your product. In this particular circumstance, I actually use a multi-tool because sometimes they can be stripped out, so it's nice to have larger sizes in case something like that happens. So first, you just want to untighten these. You can see while I'm doing it, I can gradually pull off a little bit. Don't go too far. It is very tough to put the set screws back in if you take them out. Now we can pull that off. Next, you have these two hangers that your door handles do go on. These are just Phillips heads. Make sure you take these off to put them on the new door. Now that we have both of those off, we can go ahead and start removing the top hinge to take the door off. You do have this top cover that's covering up the hinge. It's just held on by one Phillips head screw on the side of there. Once you remove this and get to the hinge, you'll see how there are two connections. There is a Molex connector. There is also a ground screw that's on there. First, take off the Molex. Then you'll have a Phillips head screw that's holding down the ground. After you remove these, you'll also have 3 bolts that are on the top. These bolts are 5/16. They can be kind of stiff. I typically use hand tools on these to not give it too much torque. Make sure you hold on to the door so it can't fall forward at all. If your screws are removed, simply open the door and lift up. Now you can begin to replace the top door. Now take the hinge off of the previous door. There will be 2 pieces. You'll have a hinge and you'll have a plastic cap that goes inside. First, what you'll need to do is put on the plastic cap. There's a slit in the side where you can feed through the wiring harness. After you have that done, there's also a slit in the side of the actual door hinge where you can also feed through the wiring harness. Then slide down the plastic cap and put your hinge in place. Now, you'll need to lay your door down. You'll need to remove the flapper in order to gain access to the seal. There is one 1/4 inch bolt that's holding it on. Once you undo this bolt, you can slide forward on the flapper to release it from the tabs. After this is done, you'll have one Molex connector that's holding it in. Take it off the clips and release the Molex connector. Now you can start pulling up on your seal. Find a good place. It is kind of tough where you can pull up, start gradually going around the door. After this is done, we can start putting those components on the new piece. Put your seal in place. You will see that the bottom has kind of a big area that slides into the notch on the refrigerator door. Simply put it in place and start to push down in order to secure it. Now you need to reinstall your flap. Pull your wiring harness out and reconnect Molex. Make sure that you guide the Molex and the secure clips. The door flap is slid forward and secured. Replace the 1/4 inch you took out previously. Make sure that there's no give in the flapper, should be pretty stiff. Now you can put your door back on your unit. Now you can reinstall your door. You notice there's a small hole that's in the bottom corner of the door, as well as a fitting for it to go into. Simply align that. Close your door. And get it back in place so we can resecure the 5/16 screws. Now replace your ground screw. It was the Phillips head screw they took off previously. You can refasten your Molex connector. And put back on your hinge cover. Now reinstall the door handle fasteners. Now put your handles back on. Your Allen wrench tool to retighten them. Close it a couple of times. Make sure your flapper closes good. Next, you'll have 4 1/4 inch bolts that are holding in the bottom door. Do not take these all the way out. Just loosen them. Now that you have the bolts loosened, you can remove the door, lift up, do one side at a time. Then move your door out of the way. Now you have 2 set screws on the bottom of this handle Remove those. Now you can take off the anchors. These are just held on by Phillips. Move those and flip the door over. Now you can start to remove your seal by pulling up. Take off the 4 hanger screws. Now we can begin to transfer those over to the new product. Put back your 4 hanger screws. Do not tighten them all the way. Next, realign your seal. You can reinstall door hinge anchors. Now, reposition your door handle with the set screws going down. Retighten those. Be very careful so you don't scratch the stainless. It's another reason why I use my tool, since it has plastic on it instead of metal. Now we can reinstall our door. Now you will have the 4 set screws. Go right there. Do one side at a time. Tighten them back down. Open and close your door a couple of times, and that'll complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.